This is Andre Banks coming to you from Banks Credit Check, discussing the most dreaded word in credit history. And credit improving is bankruptcy. Now, no one wants to deal with bankruptcy. It has such a negative connotation everywhere you go, and there's so much commercials about it saying not to do it. But in some cases, it's the best thing to do. And I'm here to kind of talk about bankruptcy, dispel any misconceptions about it, and see if it is an option for you if you find yourself in a situation where you cannot make the monthly payments. Again, bankruptcy should be utilized as a last resort, but you can't keep digging a hole when you're in a terrible situation. And what I mean by it here is that you have like 20 different credit cards, and there's no way you can make and service that debt by making that monthly payment. Bankruptcy may be a better option than doing a debt settlement. It is a better option than doing a debt settlement because it allows you to wipe the slate clean. Full definition is it's a word of just stating, and simple as that, you're insolvent. Insolvent means you just can't make anything anymore. It does cost something up front, and it does have an impact, depending on the bankruptcy. It could last on your credit report for 10 years. But there is light at the end of the tunnel when you're declaring that you're insolvent. You can start over. You can put something in your credit report stating why you had to do the bankruptcy. And with this time that we're living in financially, with so many people being laid off, with the pandemic that we've just experienced and getting over that, it's something you should really consider again. Many people try to avoid this and continue to digging a hole, making themselves in a worse situation financially. It's better to clear that one time and say, hey, you know what? I made a mistake here. I'm starting over. And a bankruptcy maybe give you the best option to do that. Try to find one that functions under some good ethical principles. You should not utilize bankruptcy if you're just having debts that you can pay back on for time. And if you have a stable employment. Many people consider bankruptcy as if you have a business that you're just struggling with, and you've had a number of credit cards to try to make that business work, or you just have a number of credit cards and you're $60,000-$70,000. You're making the monthly payments. You're trying to pay Peter, or use another credit card to pay the other one. That's just a situation where it's not going to work itself out, and you're going to be insolvent. Do not utilize this for student loans because they cannot be discouraged in bankruptcy. I'm just talking about for credit card balances or personal loans where you find yourself that the situation's insurmountable and you do not have enough income to service those debts and pay those debts over time. A bankruptcy may be considered an option for you because it's a form of insolvency, and it gives you a way to start over. If you find yourself in a situation where you have to utilize bankruptcy, 2 quick ways to actually help improve your situation after the bankruptcy over is becoming an authorized user on an account. Consider a credit builder loan, and then consider a co-signer. Also, a secure credit card. So those are kind of 4 different ways you can help improve yourself after having the bankruptcy. But again, I just want to kind of do an updated video about bankruptcies because with so many things going on and so many people taking out so many credit cards just to exist through that particular time and pandemic, and employment just opening up, but you have all of these debt obligations and you're trying to pay Peter to Paul. And especially if you have stable employment, you may want to consider a bankruptcy. It's a last option, of course, but it may be it's a better option than doing a debt settlement and having these creditors come attack you later on. So again, just want to do an updated video about bankruptcy. I also wanted to provide you 4 different ways once you have considered a bankruptcy. Bankruptcy is an option. Secure credit card is one way to improve your credit score after that. Put something in your credit report stating that why you had to do the bankruptcy as a whole. 3, become an authorized user. And 4, consider a co-signer. These are just a couple of tips to deal with when you're dealing with bankruptcy. And there is light at the tunnel. Again, I want to stress, it's not an option you should go for at first. It's an option that is of a last resort but it's a better way than trying to keep digging a hole when you're in an insolvent situation. If this video has been any value to you, please subscribe, leave some comments. Until our next video for Banks Credit Chat, I'm out.